I actually think of all the Star Wars openings, well, maybe not all the Star Wars openings, all the Star Wars TV show openings. Well, it's not a lot of Star Wars TV show openings,
There's only
but
been like two other
I
TV shows, hasn't there?
right.
Well, I mean,
I
I
have
guess
to
you got
correct
the
myself.
animated ones. Like,
Not really. Those are Star Wars proper to me. Like these are like TV shows, right? Because the animated shows, apart from maybe the Bad Batch, like I think they were literal Star Wars
the Lucas
mixers.
era.
Yeah, mixers. Um, no, I was gonna say I. This is the only one where I'm like okay with the intro and then the outro. I love. I will watch the entire thing and then it get to the part where it starts showing me all the different languages and I don't really care, but I'll watch it. So
It's a good,
I
yeah, no, Mando has a great theme. It's used always weirdly in the episodes themselves.
yes, it's very annoying, and I think in this episode it was used when he saved Bo Katan during the raid, right? The air,
Right, yeah.
yeah. I was like, okay, it's kind of annoying, but we are back. It's not Wednesday, it's Thursday,
Close
and
enough.
we are here to discuss how I practiced this for 2 days straight. Man Mandalorian. Yes. I was literally like since yesterday after the episode, I'm like, this is how I'm gonna introduce the show. It's Mandalorian. That is a mouthful.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I thought it was an interesting episode. But before I go in, I'm going to let you because I was really, really looking forward to hearing your thoughts on this one. So yes.
This episode was like a wild ride of emotions for me. I think it was probably the strongest episode of the season. It felt like and looked expensive. Like it felt like a kind of a mini Star Wars movie in one go, and it ended up being pretty emotionally satisfying. I don't really, and I think it provided closure, or like it made the fact that the inclusion of the Coruscant episode earlier in the season and its ending, it kind of like clearly said, at least to me, the way I interpreted the actions of the like former Moff Gideon woman is that no, the New Republic sucks, but actually the Empire is like trying to undermine it, right? Like
right.
that's what I took away from her actions, and that is that she is working to undermine the Empire, like undermine the New Republic from within,
Republic, yes.
serving in the service of the Empire, right? It's not
Correct.
just like that initial like thing where they seem to be going no, you know, New Republic, Empire, old boss, new boss, same as the old boss. It's more like the New Republic kind of is sucks.
They're trying, they're trying, but it's like, you know what? I'll go as far as saying it's literally the Biden administration.
It is kind of. I mean, if we're gonna be like real testy, it's like the Obama administration. It's like the worst people, and then we bring in a bunch of people who are connected to they're not the worst people, but they're connected to the worst people, and they're supposed to solve this problem, and they don't do a very good job. So,
yeah, that's yes. Wow, that deep cuts.
I've been talking with the students a lot about Bush Obama recently.
Well, that's it. That's all you got.
I mean, I guess for me that was the most satisfying thing. I was like, okay, we have what their take on the New Republic is, right? And then the ending, I didn't know how to feel about the ending, like because it, like so many things about Mando religion, it remains stupid. It's like
very
okay,
dumb, very like that threw me for a fucking loop. I'm like, hold on. Yeah,
there were some good moments, and like it was why it was really good. Mando was there some really great moments, and then there was like stupidity, and then there was Star Wars world building that was very satisfying. Correct. So it kind of gave you all the things you expect of a really good Mando episode,
right?
And the volume looked really good, except for a couple of the big action scenes. Kind of again went back to looking a little claustrophobic, but like frequently. It was really good. And also those of you who wanted to see a Mandalorian just murk people all the time from when you were a kid playing with Boba Fett. There's a lot of just like people
Oh,
getting blown away by Mandalorians in this episode.
I want to buy and or make Paz Vizsla gear. I need that in
I
my
mean,
life.
yeah, one of
I
the
need
Mando
that.
people in the background just like punch the guy. He falls to the ground. You shoot him in the head. It's just like, whoa, what is?
He
He's the
ghosted
one.
everybody,
The one guy
and that's the one
ghosted
with
is
the real
from
beef.
Rebels, right? He's
And
the
that
one
was
from
the one with
Rebels,
the
right?
yes, it's he was in the bar with the Republic fighter.
Is the guy? Yeah,
He,
that guy's from Rebels, right?
yeah, he's from Rebels. Yes,
But also, isn't the pirate the like not the like Swamp
the
Thing
main pirate.
pirate,
Okay,
not but his
the
like
one who
sidekick,
escapes.
the one who escapes? Isn't he from Rebels too, or
I
Clone
don't
Wars or
remember.
something?
I actually do not remember. That's
So I
crazy.
think
Could be, and probably that's why he's in Rebels, or that's why he's able to be in Rebels is because he ghosted everybody.
he's just like, peace, see you later.
Right. Yeah, I thought that was funny, but
It was very funny.
I will say this, right? I liked the episode, but then I saw it yesterday and I started thinking, like, okay, I think they don't know what they like. I don't think they knew what they wanted to do this season per se. Like, it was a obviously we need Grogu back and Jin, so we solved that in Boba Fett. But here's my thoughts on that, and I think we were in the chat last week. Someone brought up a point about it. I don't know what's good. Like, what is Grogu's point now? I mean, he had that really cool episode. Oh, he had the really cool thing he did last week, which I think is the funniest thing in New Trek. Again, I love that they
New Wars, excuse me.
sorry, New Star, yeah, New Wars. I get it. I get it because things happen and that's what we
Yeah.
want, right? But I don't think a lot of the things made sense.
Oh, I mean, it was kind of funny that they're like, okay, we're gonna fight this war, and like, like a handful of us are gonna die,
Mhm.
and to get a homeland. And then immediately, once we're like, yeah, we're part of this new, it's like all the Mandos are gonna protect
We're
this.
gonna we're gonna go back and take Mandalore.
It's like,
What's the point?
okay.
Like what you if Mandalorians did that, which I don't think any Mandalorians died. I didn't see any, Again, if you don't see bodies, right? It didn't happen. If a small group of Mandalorians are able to take over, take the pirates and whatnot.
I mean, they were the world. Swamp Thing cosplaying as a pirate, a space pirate, is not really the scariest pirates. I mean, come
It's really not. Like those pirates were
I mean,
easy.
I did appreciate them being war criminals, which is what
Mhm.
actual pirates in real life are. Like, let's
Right.
just not forget, like, as cool as Pirates of the Caribbean is, and in reality, pirates are bad. Like, they
Yes.
just capture people and murder them and rape them and do horrible things. Like, and I was like, you know what? I appreciate this is one of the few times the pirates aren't like lovable scag. Like
Right.
Clone Wars, that pirate dude, lovable.
Yes.
Not Swamp Thing. You're just like, okay,
No.
this guy's just a
No.
war criminal. Appreciate that.
Yes. But honestly, again, I like the episode. I just think, there are a lot of things that don't make sense. I mean, obviously for me, again, this is just things were happening, again, but again, we did for the season, it makes like sense, but like for what we've known for Mandalorian, it doesn't. It's a weird hodgepodge of what's like. Again, we did ask the question when we started the season, especially when Bo saw the mythosaur, is what are they going to do with her, right? How is she going to play into any of this? And I'm glad, to be very honest, the title of this episode is Petition to have Bo Katan on the show forever, and that's one part of it. I couldn't put the entire thing. The second part of it is petition to have her never wear a helmet ever again, because you make a point to remind me that when Mando takes his helmet off, he looks like a greasy dirtbag. He looks so dirty. But she took hers off, makeup done, hair straight. Like, hold on, did you not fight a war? You've lived in this helmet for God knows how long,
A couple of months at least.
right? And you do not look disheveled. You look good. So please, for my sake, if you want me to keep watching the show, I made a petition on petition.com. No, I didn't.
What is this, 2009? Come on, no.
Sign my petition to keep Bo on the show forever.
Joe Biden has to respond, and his response is, "Look, I'm Irish." All right.
But ultimately, I did the end of the episode makes, I don't know what kind of sense it makes, because the whole reason Paz got up and said, "Hey, I trust them. They saved my child." The whole reason he decided to back them and say, "We got to go save this little town of Kriega," is we're gonna get a plot of land that we can call our own. You know what? I will watch every episode of a spinoff. I would watch it, but I don't think so.
I mean, to me, it felt like, okay, Pedro Pascal's too busy filming The Last of Us, so he's sending MP3s of his dialogue to us. So he is not on set, but the actress who plays Bo Katan, whose name is escaping right now, is definitely available.
Katie Sackhoff.
Katie Sackhoff is definitely available.
Because Netflix canceled her show.
So why are we going to waste this money to have her in a helmet when we're paying? It's the Peter Parker problem, right? Why does Spider-Man always take his helmet off? It's because they pay a lot of money to that man, and they're not going to just have a mask to do all the acting.
Imagine watching Iron Man 4 with what's his name, RDJ in the helmet the entire time. Get out of here.
That would be the best. I mean, there's a reason why they always took the shot of Robert Downey Jr. literally in the suit,
right? Or watching the Batman 2, and you never see Robert Pattinson. You only see the Batman. No. Do you know how many women wouldn't go see that movie? First of all,
and they pushed it in the Batman. He's in the suit a lot of that movie.
He's in the suit a lot, right? But they
gave him more of a mouth to let him act.
They found and they gave him eyes, And this is why I think we will never see a Batman with white lenses. Is because if you're gonna pay Ben Affleck, if you're gonna pay Robert Pattinson, if you're gonna pay
Christian Bale, and Christian Bale's already gonna invent a ridiculous voice. What?
If you're gonna pay George freaking Clooney, maybe Val Kilmer, but George Clooney, okay?
Michael Keaton. He's been coming back again. So
yes, and he doesn't have white eyes, and we've seen. So yeah, if we're gonna pay these guys, I'm not putting fucking white lenses on Batman, even though the comic says he had white lenses, and every animated movie and TV show says he has white lenses. It's not happening. We need our movie stars to see. We need to see our movies. I see that debate so many times. I'm it's
the same people who are on the copium that now that Peter Parker's identity is secret, that the next Spider-Man movie, he's barely going to take the mask off. I'm you are just truly come on. Not only is Tom Holland too talented of an actor for that,
right?
The audience does not want to watch a whole
right. I need the comic book community, right, to understand that compared to the movie going community, you are a drop in that bucket. Let's be very real. You are a drop in that bucket. You think Avengers made $2 billion because of you? No. Absolutely.
No, we definitely learned that recently with the Marvel releases.
Yes.
Just the comic book fans.
If they don't go see it. Listen, I know there are a lot of comic book Shazam lovers that probably saw Shazam.
There ain't that many of them overall.
That's it.
You got to get the normies. I mean,
right. Anyways, back to Mando. But back to Mando, you're right. I think they're always gonna have her now. I feel like they invented that whole thing right at the end. Yes, it's damn, we got Katie Sackhoff, because we don't have Pedro, right? So we can't, he wakes up, runs into the studio, records his lines, and emails it like the Batman, like Batman in BVS. Emails that shit. Can you imagine if you hack Pedro's computer or you hack his email?
Oh, there you go. You've got 4 seasons of the Mandalorian lines lined up.
That would be the worst breach in history, but it'd be so. I would die laughing because you would only get his lines, right?
No
You
other
don't know what.
responses.
That's a spoiler, but so yeah, you're right. The question I have now is, so everyone has seen this, right? The entirety of that pack, that sect of Mandalorians has seen this. Do you think anybody from that group will want to join Bo? And
Well,
in
but it's not about joining Bo, right? Like, so the setup was she's supposed to go and find
her
the other
other group,
Mandalorians.
yes.
I assume our Mandalorian is going to go with her because they have that whole like mommy daddy Grogu thing going.
And then,
Like,
mommy.
yeah, I mean,
Sorry,
I'm just
sorry.
being serious. No, that's the point. Yes,
I
it's so that
appreciate.
some
I
people can say
appreciate that.
mommy.
But
Um, it is both literal and figurative in that word,
yeah,
right? Like, and I think
literal for me.
Katie Sackhoff has excellent chemistry with Pedro Pascal's stand-in, and
Yes.
so like I think keeping them like as a pairing, like it doesn't. I'm not even talking about romantically, but just like as a like duo, like is something that I think they're going to keep going.
So you think, drunk, that they won't send Mando with her?
Because she's got to go find those people who like abandoned
Who
her
were
in the
with her?
previous.
Yeah, from the
Who,
first 2
who I
seasons.
imagine are the ones that broke out Moff
Moff.
Gideon.
So,
because we know it's not Mando's.
ooh, interesting.
Interesting. I think she and Mando are going to get in a fight at the end of the season. She
Ooh,
wants the dark
see,
saber because they keep
and
putting the
that's
dark saber in the previously on, and it never shows
they
up.
really do. But I thought it was a thing about what's his name, but it doesn't. And that was a thread to Moff, but it seems like it might not be a thread. I don't know. I think one of the two of this is the way people will. I don't know their name. Dark Child, Christen Children,
Death
something.
Watch or whatever.
Death
Children of the
Watch.
Watch. Children of the Watch.
Yeah,
That's
I knew it was the children. I knew there was a child in it. One of the children will join her. I think in her. I think they're gonna see that way, like my breath state. So, anti-maskers.
Maskers and anti-maskers. There we go.
Right.
I mean, look, I don't even know what their religion is anymore. It's like I guess their
No,
armorer pope can be like, nah, it's
they're
cool. This one doesn't have
co-receivers.
her helmet on.
Right.
Everyone's supposed to be like,
I know. I'm sorry. Right. But I don't know, that just rubbed me because I'm like, okay, this is the thing that they're gonna do. Ish, like, again, my whole thing. I think our whole thing when we were asking after like episode 2 when she saw the mythosaur and went back is, what is Bo's purpose for this show? Because you're gonna have her. There's a conflict coming. Now it seems like will okay. This is my question now: is when she does find her people. Obviously, they broke Moff out for. I mean, we're gonna find out why they did that. And it's episode 5. It's 3 more episodes. We're gonna find out why they did that next episode. Because I don't think you have any more time to waste, right? We're gonna find out why they did that. When she finds them, is now her conflict. Dang, these are my people, and this is the way, or I am now this person, and this is the way.
I don't know. That's gonna be interesting. It could be that Moff Gideon promises her Mandalore, but he's also like, but they've set up that Moff Gideon is supposed to be the Imperial who bombed Mandalore at the end of Is it Rebels or is it the Clone
Yes,
Wars where they get bored?
it was.
Bombed.
It was rebels, I think.
Rebels,
Yeah.
but whatever in the Filoni verse, right?
Yes.
Of like that they're retconning that he is the one who does it, right? Like if I remember right from the first season.
Yes.
Right. So
yes.
I can't imagine like Bo, who's so attached to Mandalore, like ever being like, I want to work for Moff Gideon.
Correct.
So I don't know. Like I think what they could be setting up is a 3-way war between the Imperials, the New Republic, and the Mandalorians, where the New Republic blames the Mandalorians for the return of Moff Gideon. Moff Gideon wants to kill, which he bombed. Remember, he bombed Bo in the second episode, third episode.
Yeah. Well, they were on they were on the boat, right?
Well, when they like come back, right, from Mandalore,
Yes.
they blow, and I think that's the episode with the Grogu backstory. I can't remember. No, it's the beginning of that Coruscant episode.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
it's a big yes, the beginning of the Coruscant episode. So that's my thing now. You have 3 episodes from this point on to I'm thinking cliffhanger.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm thinking
But
episode 8 is we're gonna cuss Disney out because what the fuck.
I mean, they ended the previous season on like one of the single most popular Star Wars moments of all time when
Hmm.
Luke shows up.
Hmm.
Like,
But
are they going to try to top
that
it?
wasn't necessarily a cliffhanger.
No, but it was like the ultimate. Like
Oh,
everybody was talking about it for
it
months.
broke the internet. Correct.
Yeah.
You have to
So
top that. How can you
like,
top that though?
well, I mean, so they could go to the well, but Carrie Fisher is sadly passed,
Right?
and I mean, like I don't know if they're like in the zone yet to be doing like
Isn't her
digital
daughter?
resurrections of
I was gonna say, isn't
Carrie
her
Fisher.
daughter also passed?
Did her daughter pass away? I
I'm not
didn't know
sure.
about that.
I'm not.
I don't.
Yeah,
I didn't think
let me
so.
Google it. Let me be sure about that.
I mean, look, Harrison Ford has decided to get back on the Disney train. Like, are we gonna have like digitally de-aged Han Solo showing up?
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know. Like, I just don't know how you top.
I don't think at this point I'm not doing digitally. Hear me out. I'm not doing digitally de-aged Han Solo. I'm getting what's his name who played Han in that movie.
But here's the thing: they
He
clearly refuse
deserves.
to do that because they did that terrible digitally
Yes.
de-aged Luke in Boba Fett. Like it was so bad. Like, and the thing is, they had Mark Hamill
Yes.
like there
Yes.
doing the acting, and it was really bad. It was just like, oh my god,
It was terrible. It was trash.
it was. They didn't add. They asked if they could, not if they should do that. Like,
Ultimately, there's a lot of questions. So that's why I said
mhm.
I think when we started discussing, we didn't necessarily go into the. I think it's question mark, question mark, question mark, and I think they don't answer all the questions. I mean,
Which
I
is the
think they do
point.
the thing with the New Republic. I think they kind of they're gonna only answer one question at the end of the
Mhm.
season. They're gonna leave you with more, and I don't know if I want that necessarily for Mandalorian. I don't know. And the thing is, again, I feel like you could have done this season without Grogu being here. He's been impactful once, and this is what I would have done, right? If I had to. I don't. Nobody asked, but if I had to, I would keep him with Luke, right? And I'll give you back and forth. I'll give you 2 episodes. Maybe the first couple episodes of the season with him and Luke training. I would love to see that doll doing flips,
Which
learning to
we
be.
did get a little bit
We
of in
did.
Boba
I
Fett.
know. I loved it. I'd love to see the doll doing flips and learn to be a Jedi. And then maybe at the end of the season, he comes back and goes on the Mandalorian journey because there is a clear there there's a clear purpose for Mandalore slash the Mandalorians, and then he and Luke have a conversation. It's like, okay, this is where you need to go. This is where I see your journey taking you, because clearly you have said, or they've told us, he's not with Luke at, like, there's no, because isn't Luke training young Jedi at this point?
He's starting to get set up, right? It's the same like camp. Like if you see the robots building the camp for Luke, right? In
Hmm.
the couple of episodes in the second season that he's in, and then
Right.
no, he's not in the second season. I'm sorry, in Boba Fett, right?
Boba Fett, yes.
But yeah, like it looks like the Jedi Academy that gets rend in in the
Yes.
Force Awakens slash
Rand.
Jedi.
That's
All right,
funny.
all right. So
That's a good one.
so there's 2 options. Like I mean, they still haven't said this. Like okay, Grogu could have become a Jedi Master and is like floating around in the universe because let's remember it's Star Wars. There's always some Jedi Master hidden somewhere that we've never heard
Yes,
about before.
100%. Because
Always.
we just found, like, because the biggest question is, like, where's the guy who saved Grogu? What happened to him?
Oh, I mean, I assume he dies, right? Because Grogu's in like
He's not dead. Like, why would he die? I mean, yeah, well, because Grogu's by himself.
yeah, I don't think he would abandon Grogu, right? Like I think he's gonna like die heroically. I think, but
Right.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, who
They're not
knows?
packing up the Mandalorian.
They're not
Like
picking up the Mandalorian.
they're
Well,
not
they
packing.
are for like 2 years before they
Yes,
could get Pedro Pascal
because
again.
he's busy, but they're not like
We're
I don't know.
getting 2 live
2
action
shows,
shows.
Acolytes and what's her name?
The direct sequel. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna set up uh the Rebel spinoff.
Right. What's her name? Right, Ahsoka.
Ahsoka,
Yeah,
right? Like we still have like, and there's still some unknown Mandalorians, right?
yeah.
There's
There's yeah,
the Rebels Mandalorians who haven't showed up yet,
and then there's
and we had the
Sabine.
Rebels dude who was in this episode, right?
Yeah,
So
so that means Sabine is in the universe somewhere.
yeah.
But I think again, like I said, the biggest question isn't about like we're going to retake Mandalore. How, bro? Like and live where? It's glass. Like just go live on this patch of land that you just got.
He did give him the shittiest land though, which was very. It's like
Yeah,
thanks for your
that
help.
was like you heard him say it too, and that's probably why they're like, "Fuck this land."
Like, oh yeah, thank you.
Right. We probably lost 1 or 2 Mandalorian soldiers, but fuck this shit. Like it's so at the end of the day, like I said, good episode, but I don't know. Like I don't know what they're doing. I think it's just a bunch. Like it's been what 2 good episodes back to back. Again the very it went from very self-contained episodes to just now like they're trying to expand. Like Mandalorian has always been very self-contained, and now you're adding New Republic, and all these things. I mean, it's always been in the background of the show, and I think I liked it better when it was in the background of the show.
I mean, Boba Fett showed though that like they want to build like a live action version of the universe, right?
Hmm.
Like that this
Hmm.
is going to be the background of like TV Star Wars
Okay.
until either it does something so outrageous that fans break up with it or interest dies entirely. As I understand it, despite some think pieces, this is still doing gangbusters for Disney.
Oh, it's
Pedro,
yeah, it's really good. Like I'm not hating on it. It's
no. But I
still
know we're currently like in the like why both Mando and Ted Lasso, right, are both in third seasons. It's like, why did these previously good shows become mid this season, right? Like
right.
second season Ted Lasso was not mid, but anyway,
I
I
mean,
lost my thought.
I think the thing is when you go,
they got to keep the plate spinning, is what I'm trying to say. Like,
yes, when you go,
because it needs to spin to Ahsoka, it needs to spin to
yes, it's
the
been that
third.
show though, and
Yeah,
I'm sorry, to back your point up, Mandalorian is the show that has spun a lot of these other shows. That's well, a lot of the future shows, new Trek shows, because Andor obviously it's its own thing.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
It spun Boba Fett. It's spinning Ahsoka. What other show?
That they canceled the the Republic show.
Oh, yeah, they canceled
So,
that one.
but you could feel that some of those storylines are now getting dumped into this, right?
Yes.
Because the guy who plays the the colonel, or he's not a
Hmm.
colonel, he's like a captain, like the X-wing pilot. He was supposed to
Yes.
be one of the leads, along with the J.K. Rowling woman, Gina Carrera, whatever. Like they were supposed to like be the co-leads.
Oh my god!
And like she's gone and blew up that show, and
She
so
fucked her shit up.
and then like so I mean we're getting the Acolyte, which I think is going to also be its own thing.
Yeah,
It seems to be
I
like their goal is one Mando show and one non-Mando Star Wars show a year.
that makes sense.
Not including the animated stuff again, which is its own
Yeah.
beast. But
Yeah.
like, so we'll probably get Ahsoka next year, maybe the end of this year, with because the Acolyte's this summer, right?
Acolyte this summer, yeah. So,
or maybe not anymore because they announced Secret Invasions. So
right.
I don't mean that like
finally, gosh,
shade, but
took forever.
Because I don't think they're going to do a Star Wars and a Marvel show again like they did last year.
I still think that was great.
I mean, I enjoyed it because I enjoy the content.
Right.
But did Disney realize, like, Disney's retrenching right now, right?
Yes, it's kind of crazy. Ike is gone.
Wow.
I know that made a lot of people happy.
I
Like that's
mean,
the one Disney news in the last couple of weeks that everyone is like,
it
yes,
cost. What did it cost? It's the Thanos meme though.
right,
It's like, what did it cost?
everything.
2,000 jobs. It's like,
Yes, yes.
okay.
But ultimately, um, I will say this though, even though I'm unsure of where they're going, I do want to see it though. I want to see
Oh
the next
yeah.
3 episodes. I'm in. You know, even though I have the feeling that I'm not gonna get any answers or anything that I want. I might not even get a satisfying ending. Do, go ahead.
Thrawn at the end of the season. That's what they could do.
If
Is toss
Thrawn
him.
at the end, you know what? If Thrawn at the end of the season, I might. I don't know if you've seen that South Park meme where the dad is on the computer
Oh
and it's
yeah, yeah,
just,
yeah,
yeah, you know the one. That
yeah,
would be
yeah,
me.
yeah.
That would be me.
I mean, he's
Like
going
Thrawn,
to be showing up at some point. So
like Thrawn is the only other. Like I love that character, and I have no understanding why. I read his comic book. He had a Marvel run, and I read that shit. Do you understand?
oh, hey man, look.
I
I
read the
mean,
Vader
he's
shit. Don't get me wrong.
you know.
I read Darth and I read Thrawn. Those were the two Star Wars Marvel books that I read.
I read the first couple of years of the Jason Aaron Star Wars book. It was all right.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I did read some Killing Gillen, Darth Vader. Good stuff.
Yes, good stuff. But no, Thrawn showing up might bring me back for because I mean obviously it won't bring me back for another season because I know why Thrawn is showing up. But it would be the one thing that I'm like, you know what? I will watch Mando again to see who they decide to spin off to
Next time.
Right.
Yeah, because we kind of know obviously Mando will be back. You know,
Mhm.
Mandalorian will return in that classic like thing. But with the like, what's the step after Ahsoka? If it's like Mando, Ahsoka, Mando, then what is after that? We don't know yet. So
Yeah, and
I'm
I think that's what the biggest question for me is after the season, say that's which is why I'm saying like we don't get any resolution this season, so
no.
you have to come back.
Yeah,
You have
I
to come
agree.
back. Yeah.
I
Because
mean,
if you
because they
do
had the
resolve go
oh,
ahead.
go ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead.
Now I'm saying if you do resolve Mandalore, what is the motivation to have Din do it, go on more adventures?
Grogu gets kidnapped by Thrawn.
That's kind of cheap. That's kind of
I'm
cheap. And he's like, I have to go save my youngling, my foundling. This is the
yeah,
way.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Or yeah, and the reason or Grogu goes with Thrawn because he knows that who's the rebels dude? Ezra, right?
Ezra, yeah.
Is there, you know? Or what if instead of Thrawn showed up, it's Ezra, and Ezra's like, Grogu, I need you to come with me. We gotta go. We got you. I am currently the second to last Jedi. I don't know. There's three. There's three Jedi running around now. We got Luke, we got Ezra, and we got Ahsoka. Like, although she's not a Jedi,
She's not a
despite
Jedi.
having
So
the
yeah, she's not
lightsaber.
Jedi, so that doesn't matter.
Right. Okay,
But
sure,
she
sure.
has she's not a I mean, but she was never a Jedi.
Like, okay, like I'm sorry. It's just
I
like that's
I
just
think
protesting too much. You
it's
look like if it looks like a Jedi,
walks
like
like
talks
it's a
like a Jedi,
Jedi,
yeah, it's
right?
a Jedi,
I
right?
think the
Like
thing that pissed me off is she was, with the last couple episodes no, not Rebels, Clone Wars, because they kind of cut her story off right before Order 66, but then for the movies, and then they bring when Disney finally gets the rights and they just because it was on Netflix and they never really ended it. So when Disney finally gets the rights and they give us that last season, it was very cheap to me because it's like, oh, I'm not a Jedi, I'm a mechanic now, but I'm going to do Jedi things because I was trained by my master who's now like not my master anymore,
who's now
and
evil as shit. So
and then I'm going to kill myself and not kill myself. So when everything is happening from episodes 3 to 6, I will not do anything.
but to be fair, well, I guess technically Rebels doesn't take place during an episode. Well, it takes place during episode
Rebels,
4, I thought.
yes, Rebels does take place right in between 3 and 4
Yeah.
because Andor lets us know that Rebels takes place in
Wait,
between
sorry,
3 and 4.
and 4.
So from I'm sorry, between is it 3 and 4? Yeah, 3 and 4. So
Yeah,
from
3 and 4,
4
yeah.
so from 4 to 6, I'm absent.
Because she's supposed to be looking for Ezra, right? Isn't that the excuse?
Oh
that they
my
come up with?
gosh. The
Takes like
entire world is in danger. But this
look.
one kid.
Also, like,
I,
does Ahsoka like be like, hey, Luke, I know you like your dad. You found out your dad was like the worst person ever. I'm the only person in the world who knew your dad and your mom. Do you think Ahsoka ever said, like the fact that the like her basically Luke's like godmother shows up,
facts.
right?
Facts.
And there's like so little like payoff for that. Like you think like you would get like like she would be like moved, right? Because that's like Anakin is that
Anakin
like
is my
older
guy.
brother father figure,
Yes.
right? Like
Yes.
and this is like and
Like
she was
I'm
close
basically
to
your aunt.
yeah,
I'm
and it's just
basically your
like
aunt. Like
yeah, and it was weird. It was a weird thing about Boba Fett. I'm just gonna be honest. It was just like okay. I mean, sure. And we know she's dead in
New Trek.
in nine.
Yes. Prequel trilogies.
So
Because she's
yeah,
a force ghost at that point, right?
right. Because she speaks to Rey at the end, which is cool. It's actually one of the better like parts of that movie.
Listen, that
It's fan
force
service to
ghost,
me.
that
Force
force ghost
Ghost.
shit. I didn't care
I
at that
love.
point. At that no, I'll tell you the truth. At that point in the movie, I'm like, I'm just watching it because I
You're in
like
the
this shit.
theater.
I don't care about anything. Like it was a certain point in that movie. I'm like, I don't care. I'm just gonna look at the screen and things are gonna happen, and I don't give a shit. And I think from when Kylo and what's her name fought the knights. What
He
the
fights
red?
her by herself. He
No,
fights
no,
them
no.
by himself.
When they like this is I'm talking about Last Jedi.
Oh,
When they
Last Jedi.
fight, yeah, when they fight the red,
The
those,
Imperial Guards or whatever.
yeah, when they fight the Imperial Guards. I think from that point I checked out of sequel trilogy.
Really?
Yeah,
Um,
'cause I don't remember anything from that point, and I
I
kid you not.
so much of like 9 Rise of Skywalker. Hey, I didn't put the in there. I'm proud of myself. Um, is
It's
like
so difficult not to.
it's
Because
is
why
like
not?
questionable. It's enjoyable in certain moments, but I'm sorry. I am vulnerable to the fan service of like every single Jedi who like
In
has a
history,
speaking role like gets a line, including
wait,
both young
was
and
Mace
old.
was
Young
Mace
and
there?
old. Mace is there. Oh yeah.
Qui
Mace is
Gon?
there. Qui-Gon is there. Alec Guinness
Wow.
and Ewan McGregor.
Wait, did they
Anakin, Luke,
cast? Did they so Qui Gon is
Osaka.
there as what's his name, right?
Well, he's not as the ghost, it's just their voice. So you have Liam Neeson's voice, you
Oh,
have Hugh Jackman's
so you don't see the only ones you do see are
are Luke
Luke.
and Leia.
Okay.
And Yoda, because no, wait, no, not even Yoda, it's just Luke and Leia in the movie.
I feel like I saw.
But the voices, it's everybody.
Okay.
It's Ezra, it's
So was it Freddie
Kanan?
Prince? Was it Freddie
Yeah.
Prince Jr.?
It's Freddie Prinze
my
Jr.
God.
Like it's everybody. So, but there's no Grogu. So hey, there we go.
He's alive. Yes.
Yeah, so he's alive, but Ahsoka is dead by the time Episode 9 comes around, which makes sense because she's old as shit.
Or is she?
I mean, I don't know. Her Force Ghost is in Episode 9, so
It's a voice.
yeah, but everybody else is dead.
True. Okay.
So I mean, again, and she's old as shit, right? Because like that's like
I guess
30 years after Attack of the Clones,
mm-hmm.
right? 40 years.
Yeah. Oh, it's super long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's an adult now.
Like she's an adult. She should be pretty like because Luke's 18
Mm-hmm.
and she was 18, right? At the end of
Clone Wars.
And then Clone Wars, right? She's like 18, right?
Should be, yes. She was like.
So there's a whole nother 18 years. So she's what?
Yikes, she's old. Yeah,
she's in her 40s then, and then there's like another 30 years until. So that's a good life,
right? I mean, a good life. She's been hunting.
Hey, we're finally gonna get it. We're finally gonna get it, and or we don't. Like that would be the best part.
Anyways, we've talked about everything but this episode.
Which is fair, because actually there's some really good endings in this episode. Like the Mandalorian's just shooting people.
Oh again, like I said, I want I've never said to myself, "Oh, I want any like. There's no Mandalorian, even our Mando. I don't care for his Beskar, but I fucking want Paz Vizsla because the only reason is I want that fucking Gatling gun.
The
I
Gatling gun
want
is
that
dope.
fucking gun. Like it's so dope. If there was any other character, it'd be the armor. Like no guns.
I mean, the
Just
armorer like killing people with her like she like
that show is
Thors her hammer at somebody
right.
and then just like
So
tosses that
this
dude
show
off.
is obviously not for kids.
I mean, there's no blood.
There's no blood, but it's not for kids.
I
She,
mean, like
she
Boba Fett
threw a
gets eaten by
fucking
that
hammer in the
Sarlacc.
lizard's head.
She does cave in that lizard. And that one Mandalorian like shoots somebody who's clearly surrendering in the head.
Yes.
So I was like, when they capture everybody, I was like, are they gonna massacre all these pirates? Like,
Right. And then what about the one that was hitting Scorpion on everyone? Get over here. Like,
yeah, it's like boom.
imagine getting punched with Beskar. Like, it's supposedly
That guy's
the
not
hardest.
getting up.
Yeah,
It can
dead.
resist lightsabers, so
You're dead. Okay. No, I thought I think where you said it felt a little claustrophobic. Was it that street scene?
yeah, the street scenes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But
I
the
figured as
like
well.
the space fight or the air fight was very cool.
Yes. Yes.
I mean,
I'm
yes,
thinking to
apparently
myself,
Mando is OP again. Like he
yes,
was like
very.
he
He's
was Boba
unstoppable.
Fetting it up for the first half of the season where like somebody like breathes at him and he falls down. But
Mhm.
now he's back to like, you know,
I'm untouchable. Yeah.
I'm untouchable. So
But I have to reiterate, I am excited for the next 3 episodes.
it's true. The plot up Beskar is strong.
Yes, I need to see. Wow, I feel like we know who saves Moff. I want to know why. Mandalorians would risk, again, knowing what we know. I want to know why they'd risk, whatever, exile or war with other Mandalorians to save him. And I think knowing that the Imperial lady, the lady from the Empire, I forget her name,
Whatever.
is
Yeah,
she's really an Imperial at the root of it is that she wasn't just torturing the doctor to do it. She's like, oh, woo, your Imperial secrets are gonna die with you.
yeah.
Because that's what the Empire does, asks of me. So I'm gonna do that to you. So
Yeah, but she's a not only the New Republic sucks, it just doesn't like suck in the we're actual Nazis way. They just like suck.
Right.
They're not a rebellion anymore, as
no.
that guy from SNL 20 years ago says.
Tim Robbins, funny guy.
Yeah.
So final thoughts.
I'm gonna give this episode an A-, Mo. Like I actually really did enjoy this episode. As much as we did not talk about it at all.
Yeah,
but I actually think
one bit.
That is part of its strength because I think it just kind of like does its thing of Mando and Friends versus Swamp Thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that part is very enjoyable.
Yes.
There's the mandatory people refusing to take their helmets off, except for that one girl. Like religious stuff, which I can always leave. But overall, I enjoyed it. It made me want to watch the next Mandalorian episode. Good to see what happens. So
yes, I think that post-credit scene did it for me. So, but it is a B for me. I mean, which is again, it's not bad. It's just B because I kind of want Mando to go back to being a self-contained thing and having the Empire and New Republic in the background of it. I think that was when it was its best to me. I think they want a world build and they're trying to spin a lot of things out of this and it might cripple them or hand fist them a little bit. I think I'm not sure which word I was looking for, but handcuff them a little bit. But it's still an interesting show, and Grogu needs to do something in the next 3 episodes. That's all I got. And that is it for men. Oh yeah, and again, please petition.com is where I have my petition.
I have a feeling we're gonna get Bo Katan doing this. What do you remember what happened to his spear? Did he give it to somebody?
That is a good question. Isn't that he used it to defeat Moff?
Yes.
Right?
In kind of the lamest fight of all time. And then
but I don't remember what happens to it. Did he give it to
Boba Fett? He might have given it to Boba Fett.
Which would be crazy.
I mean, he has the dark saber, which
to me he doesn't deserve, but whatever.
I mean, again, but also it's the dark saber it's Schrodinger's dark saber at this point. Like,
Oh yes, it is.
or
Because
Chekhov's
he
war
can't even
saber.
wield he can't even wield it right. But for some reason, he's like he still swears by that thing.
I mean, he doesn't because it hasn't. He hasn't used it at all this
No, he
season, has
did.
he?
He
Oh, he
did.
used it.
He was fighting the lizard men or the men from
Right. And Bo
from the
uses it when she
yeah,
fights like General
yeah.
Grievous's
And I
brother.
was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And when then you go, oh, they're gonna set up Bo and him to fight, and I'm like, fuck, that's why, because she was nice with it.
Mm-hmm. She was trained to use
Petition,
it her whole
yes.
life. So.
Again, petition.com. This is going to Dave Filoni to keep Bo Katan on the show forever. Mommy, sorry. Thank you very much for watching. I'm talking about Grogu's mom, right? We're keeping Grogu's mom on the show. Obviously, that's what I
Of
mean.
course. Of course. She can just jetpack onto Mo. That's just like,
Oh my god, I will
like
never
land
never,
right on him.
you will never see me on this show again if that ever happened. You guys can have the channel. I'm good. That is it for me. Like, I won in life. Okay. LeBron James hit 38,000 points. That is my 38,000 points. Okay. That is it. That really is it.
Love
All
it.
right. Thank you. Thank you for watching the show. We will catch you next week, hopefully on Wednesday, to do our little Mando conversations that we have. Thank you again, Roy. It's nice seeing you every week. And I can't wait to see you in July for, is it July? It was July, right? July. Yeah. Can't wait to see you in July for Secret Invasions. See you guys next week. How do I end this?
That said Dave Filoni.
Okay.